Good morning, Natalie. Razor, how are you?
I'm very good, Sam. Thank you.
I'm going to stay online and listen to your rap, by the way.
They asked me what beat. What's a beat, Sam? I mean, come on.
Well, the head was going well. You know, you got the rhythm there, man.
I've got the rhythm. I've always had the rhythm.
Going.
I've seen you dance. I've seen you dance after a few games, right? And you haven't got the rhythm.
Oh, that's not fair. I was about to say we've seen videos on social media of Sam
for
dancing.
For a big centre half, you've got the rhythm there, Sam. Let me tell you.
But you're not here to talk about dancing and singing and rapping and everything. Talking about England, then, Sam, an invincible year, as we've just said. What have you made of them this 2023?
I think I said last time I was on, Natalie, I think that while it was a little disappointing the last two games, it can be, I think, expected, already qualified in the middle of a big season, changing the team around, trying a few youngsters, putting a few in, Palmer, Rico, Lewis, people like that, you know, Ollie Watkins getting a chance, changing the centre-halves, you know, it's all a bit disruptive and sometimes it kills the flow. Then you've got the opposition. Entertaining games can only be had by two teams going for each other. One team sitting in back and, you know, defending with 11 players behind the ball, playing counter-attacking football is never going to be entertaining, never going to be that entertaining, difficult to break down. So an undefeated year, excellent, qualified with ease again, no problem at all with me. I've always said this time round with the youngsters, and 23-man squad for the next championship. England have the best 23 in the world by far, in my view, and should go on and try and win it. I think if I have anything to point at Gareth, it's always been when the big games come round where maybe he needs that little bit more of a risk, a little bit more knowledge in terms of changing the tactics, what selection he picks. Other than that, I've got no problem with the quality that the staff and the team have shown throughout the last few years, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah. Sam, when you international games, I mean, realistically, would you have a couple of days training, you know, good training sessions? Yeah,
that's it. I mean, you've got the knocks and the bruises from the lads who come and join the squad but want to be there. You've got all that. You've got all the information floods in from the teams that they've come from. And you gather all that information, set out what you can do. Most of the time, you're only set with a few players in the first couple of days because the rest are recovering from knocks or whatever they might or not picked up from the game before. I think that you know, that's always you're always on the edge of how much time have you got on the field to talk about the tactics and who you're playing against. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunity when I was there to preempt what's going to happen and send it down the line to the lads' laptops and iPads to sort of look at, so you can get that's a bit of advantage today. But overall, you're relying on them understanding for a day and a half, 2 days before the game, getting the tactics right and bonding together. And I think the more he can keep the squad together, the better it will be. It wouldn't be great keep changing the side. I think he's got to try and find the best 11 as quick as he can. But certainly in these games, already qualified, trying youngsters, you know, is a big bonus, because who else is going to come along like Jude Bellingham and take the reins and drop into the team? I mean, what a fantastic player. Will it be Palmer this time? Yeah, what a prospect he looks. I mean, he looks like Man City have slipped up selling him to me. I don't know what you think.
I think, amazing. They let him go. He's unbelievable player.
In terms of the 23-man squad then that we might see in Germany, you imagine, Sam, that Gareth already has a view of a majority of those players that, if they're fit, they're going to be involved. Is there anyone that you're looking at in the Premier League or elsewhere that you think they could actually play their way into it, given the next few months that we've got before the Euros?
Well, probably the last two I just said, but Lewis and Palmer. I think that who else comes after that? I mean, you know, Conor Gallagher's making a bid. You know, he's just a young side in West Brom when I was there, in a side that was really struggling. He's come a long way in the last couple of years. Like you mean, so they've got a very, very good squad, a very good young squad, and seem to have a good bond. And I think Gareth hit it right when he said 23 man instead of 26 means you can't risk anybody. There'll be less risk now. They could take a few risks last time on, where they might get injured along the way, like you mean. So those players who perhaps suffer from some injuries, you know, and are a little injury prone, might miss out on that squad next summer.
Yeah.
While we've got you on, Sam, if you don't mind, just a quick word on the Everton situation, one of your former clubs, of course. What have you made of it? I mean, 10-point deduction, that puts them in the relegation zone now as a result of it. It's an unprecedented 10-point deduction as well. If those 10 points remain, they have said they're going to appeal it, so we wait to see the outcome of that. But if those 10 points remain, do you think that there's enough in that team to get them out of the relegation bother that they're now in?
Yes, I do. I do this season. I think and Sean now bedded in, settled in, knows the team he's got, knows the players inside out. And I think that the struggles of Burnley, Luton and Sheffield United have not hit the ground running this year. So they've got less an opposition to face, I think, at the bottom end of the table than last season. So I think they could dig the way out of it. Be difficult, but I think they could do it. Everybody's now looking forward to what punishment's going to maybe lie on Manchester City and possibly, is it Chelsea, on their financial fair play deals. I mean, if this is just one break of the rules for 10 points, and I don't know, Natalie, how many rule breakings are against Man City, is it? I don't know.
115 charges.
115, you know. So what will happen to Manchester City if you've got one charge with 10 points? I think that's a particularly big fear for Manchester City. But obviously Everton and Farhad, who's done his very, very best for Everton to try and make them as good as he possibly could with the financial support. It's failed, but now he's facing this. So and the fact that they've got to finish off and find funds for a new stadium to be finished. So he's really pretty desperate at the moment. But on the field, Sean must keep that team going and keep them in the Premier League again this year.
Sam, thank you for
Thanks,
being
Sam.
with us today.
Stay
tuned for the wrap that's coming up a bit later.
Sam, you can go. Please put the phone
what
down,
time
please.
will it be?
No, it's not happening.
Have we got a time, Ollie? Do we think that this wrap might appear next hour? In the next... No, it's the next section, Sam.
What?
Stay tuned for the next section.
Oh, no
there
way.
you go.
Yeah. Keep me on Zoom, lads. Keep me on Zoom.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.